What's going on, guys? It is Tuesday, I do believe. Yeah, Tuesday night. Um, Getting ready to work on Seth's car on the rewire deal. I'm gonna start in the trunk, rewire the tail lights and all the stuff that's in the back, which is virtually just the brake lights and tail lights, and the water pump for the ice box, for the water cooler. So, anyways, I'll show you guys what we got here. Um, like I said, originally we put a painless harness in this thing. All the connections were still really good, soldered, shrink wrap back to itself and everything. So they were all still good, but we're gonna go ahead and clean that stuff up, redo some of that stuff. Send the tail light harness up over the wheel tub. Everything's going to be inside the car now. I really like keeping everything inside the car, for the simple fact that there's a lot of stuff going on underneath the car, and you can service it inside the car easier. You don't have to crawl under the car to look for a wiring problem or anything like that. And the whole goal is not to have any problems. So that's where we're at tonight, and I wanted to show you guys the before and after. So stay tuned, and I'll show you guys what I got going on after this. All right, guys, just a little tip. I use these a lot. I haven't really ever had any issues with them except for one car. My buddy Shane's car that I wired, we had an issue with one of the four prong ones that I'm using here with a trans brake button. Let it kind of zoom in. Anyways, I really like these connectors. They're kind of pricey if you got to use them a lot, and I do. I usually keep a fair amount of them in stock, but I really like to use these. So I'll build the harness in the back of the car. And so all the wires will hook up to the tail lights and everything, and then it'll virtually be able to unplug from the back of the car to the front of the car. So you could pull the wiring harness back through the car if you wanted to. But it takes these little connectors that take a special crimping tool. Let me see if it'll focus. Special crimping tool. You got to get them to wire size. Really nice, handy deal. So I got all the wires to length right now. So I'm going to put the ends on it, put the wire end on it, and then, like I said, I note everything, label everything with the, so when you look at the connector, at the end of the connectors, they have little numbers on them, and you can go right back to your little cheat sheet that I usually make with every car, and I usually keep them here, and then I try to send them with everybody I wire a car for, but most of them forget it or don't take it, and then they can always call and ask or whatever. But anyways, so right now I'm getting ready to terminate these connectors here. So this car is going to be pretty simple in the back of the car. So we have brown is our tail lights, orange is our brake lights, white is going to be our reverse lights, which will be hooked to the trans brake signal. So when the trans brake is pushed, the reverse lights work. And then gray is for water pump, for the water box. All right, I'll be back. Okay, it's cold out here in the shop tonight. That's why I keep sniveling. I kind of freaking went from being warm to cold. So anyways, I'll flip this camera around. I got the harness for the tail lights loomed. So I use this loom. It's a heat resistant stuff. I get it in bulk, usually a few different sizes, and then I just simply get it in there, pull it tight, and then you can tape the one end so it makes it, darn thing won't focus. tape the one end so it makes it easier to get the shrink wrap over the braided loom. I just pull it up there and heat it up, shrink it back to itself. You got to be kind of careful around the end because the actual torch will burn through this braided loom. It isn't fire resistant, it's just heat resistant. So you could lay it on a header, but if it stayed there too long, it would melt through it. I mean, it's just not designed for that. So, but I like to use it. It cleans it up really well, and then also protects the wire from any sort of rubbing or anything like that. So, a little tip trick that I got, and we'll keep moving forward. Thanks.